generating stepped terrains in SketchUp is a little bit more labor intensive, since you have to make sure that each contour curve is properly connected before you can push pull each of the levels. Normally the biggest problem I found with the kind of maps I get when I build my terrains is that they're not always connected properly. There's gaps, like here. You can see the red contour lines, and underneath buildings where the contour lines has just been dropped out. So I made some tool to make it easier to connect these contours. I'm going to quickly run through the steps I used to generate a step terrain using this model here. First of all, I want to isolate just the contour edges and get rid of all the other stuff. So I'm going to make a copy of the original one, and just going to place that there. I'm going to make this unique, and then I want all the same layer, all these, and just going to invert this selection. Actually, I do need still another. I need this. This is defining the border of the map I have. All the same layer, and you invert selection, delete. Now I want to start out with, actually I can remove the guidelines, no need for them. And I want this and generate a face from that. I think this is part of Fredo tool, so it doesn't seem to make up a face. I'm going to group this. It's going to use edge tool as well. I have a few gaps. Should clean up. Strangely enough, I think I have some overlapping edges here. It's more of the annoying kind of. Let's do a quick rough crisscrossing. Let's see if flattening it will help. Intersect selection, and I'm going to run cleanup as well. Yeah, there's some overlapping edges here from place to place. Just going to quickly try to clean this up. There's a lot of overlapping edges in this map. I'm just gonna be a bit quick and dirty with this. Just need a base phase where I can create all the contours for later push pulling. I don't know why this annoyingly. There you go. Oh. That's it. Copy that. Select all. Paste it back. There we have it. I don't need any of those anymore. And leave that. Okay, so we have the base face, and we want basically to project all of these contour edges onto that basic face there. And I'm just going to do a quick save before I do the drape. Use the sandbox tool. And now we have these same contour edges projected down to the base face. And basically what we want to do is connect all these unconnected edges back up, so we haven't even got a single area. Because you can see it's like 0.2 of a millimeter. Let's do that. Yes, I'm using edge tools now to close up tiny little gaps which exist. And I can't do that here, of course, because the gap is too big. But all of these ends, that's the one we want to connect up, because now we have these surfaces are ready to be push pulled, but now these troublesome areas here. And I got these contour tools tool, and what it does is I select one of the edges on this face, and it finds the edges which I still have above. So, and it highlights every edge matching from the same elevation, so I can tell on the same elevation this one needs to be connected, and this is the most obvious suspect. And this one, click and drag, snap, and the moment I just drawn them in the viewport. It says double click face to commit segments. If I do that, it generates the edges. So if I click this, you can see this is elevation. I get a strange elevation height because I haven't adjusted the different groups properly, but it doesn't really matter because not at the moment at least. So I can easily tell which ones belong, like this. Okay, I don't know where that comes from, but I think I'm just going to ignore that. Now this one is crossing existing edge, and I can click in the middle to add a new segment to it, like that. I can do that. Now I still haven't committed any of these edges because it's good to be able to just adjust them. I just quickly click on each unconnected contour, and the tool will guide me through which contours needs to be connected. Now I think I'm fine with these. I'm going to double click to commit these. And here, these little contours that runs underneath the buildings. I'm just going to make something up. There's a loop going back right there, and I'm not sure what to do with this. I'm just going to snap it to a random place. I mean, it's underneath the building. It doesn't. Nobody's going to see that. I still have these. Curve this one slightly, and I think this is part of a bridge area, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so the terrain is a bit tricky right there. Not quite sure where it should run, but this one is probably the bridge. I guess that's the bridge. Oops, didn't need to do that. Just going to do that for the time being. If I just hit escape, yeah, I think I'm going to hit escape because I don't want to create that area there. I should have connected this first. Oh well. So what I think I want to do is basically this one connected there, this one connected there. Yeah. I'm going to ignore this contour because it belongs to the bridge on top. And clean that up afterwards. This needs to run somewhere. We're just going to do this. And, well, I think we're underneath some buildings again, so we're not going to see these contours a lot. going to snap, snap, snap. And then again, there's probably some building and some weird geometry going on. So I'm just going to follow this contour roughly. Pick the next one, snap it to the edge, shape it. Right. Now, this bit is some kind of stairs. I'm not sure if I'm going to need that. I'm going to do that. Alright, it goes down. Could need some guiding edges there, but first I want to get rid of this one. Now I have a different tool called Select Curve, which just, picks up connected edges. So let me select it. Get rid of that, because you can create that later on. Now for this, plane or line tool. Just snap it in place. And I think there we go. There's some odd things. I'm going to turn on, I should have done from the beginning of, turn on profiles, because it quickly let me see where they're not joined together properly. So still need to fix this, and there's the reason. And using edge tools, you can fix that. And we have, we have these stray curves, which I'm going to completely ignore them. They're not really there. Not now, anyway. And for some reason this wasn't properly connected. I don't know why. It's a tiny edge. Lift over and there. Now, great. Now we got a single face for each contour, and we want to pull this up to the map on top, which you could do manually, but that's boring. So we can just click this set and click this extrude up button and just sit back and wait, and voila, you have a terrain stepped. Although some cleaning up is of course needed, because strange data. For instance, it doesn't take into account contour lines that sort of defines that the terrain goes down. That needs to be fixed. This one, so we've got a big gap here for some reason. These contours are half a meter in between, but this one, I'm not sure. we could offset limits manually. I think this should be a lot higher up, like that. And I assume this one should look down. And then, yeah, because there's the push-pull tool here, got confused because of these stairs. So this one really belongs to this elevation. And this last one should be a little bit down. So that's it. That's the whole terrain. It's a step model. I can remove these original lines and move the original map back on. And with that, we can use the rest of the tools to generate the buildings. I'm not going to go into that. I made some other videos for how to shape the buildings, but the whole suite here helps in generating these. Here's a bridge. The tool can't handle bridges, so you have to fix this manually. But you got the basis of it. And I think, yeah, I could demonstrate one last. Let's just say, pretend we have a tree. So stick is a tree. And this is what is set. Set the center point, create, okay, cool. Now, in this particular map, I have some guide points. Now, I just so happen to know that all these guide points there on this particular layer represents the top of the tree. So that's the wrong component. No, still wrong. There you go. Now, I just need that tree-like component to be in the same context as the guide points. And I'm going to select one of them, right-click, and for some reason SketchUp by itself doesn't allow you to select entities in the same layer for guide points, so this is actually a function of selection twice. So we have all of these. You can see there's dots all over the place. And I have a different plugin, Ray Tracer, just badly named, and followed by a badly named function called grow components from seed points. And basically it from each seed point, construction point, it will project a ray down until it hits something, and from the point it hit, it will, well, of course, I selected all these construction points and one component. And then we find the badly named plugin, Ray Tracer, with a badly named method name. And I remember now that I didn't actually need to select any construction points because it picks it from the layer filter. And if it didn't hit anything, it would inserted from the construction point and upwards instead of going from the construction point and downwards, and that's what these are for, but this is not the case in this map, so you're going to ignore that. Just click OK, and you can see the selected component was inserted from each construction point on that layer down to the ground and scaled proportionally. So I think I actually want to find, let me find a proper tree for this. I don't like this pole. I mean, you see no purpose of it, but you know, makes for a better show if you can actually see the proper result. So, plants. I found a nice tree, 3D tree. Perfect. Round tree. And select grow components from C points, and you're going to pick that, and boink. It's a forest inside a city. It's all generated accurately from the site plan, except for the blobbiness of the tree, I suppose. So that's it. That's how I reconstruct existing terrain and buildings and trees from imported, measured map data.